Hey everyone! Okay, so today I'm going to be doing the Flamingo tutorial, which is one of the options for the Stay Home Watercolor Kit. So my supplies that I have set out already are, I have of course my pre-sketched image, which you could sketch yourself if you wanted to. I have my washi tape, which I'm actually not going to use this time. I have my palette with all my colors already poured out. I'm going to actually try to use just mostly the primary colors and secondary colors, red, blue, green, yellow, orange. Actually, I don't have orange put out here, but I'm going to be using mostly the colors that everyone has. And if you order this specific kit, you'll probably get some more specific colors. Sorry, my dog's scratching at the door right now, but you'll probably get some more specific colors, but everyone's gonna get an equal array. So I'll try to, if you don't have the specific color, I'll try to show you how to mix it with the colors that you do have. Anyways, sorry. You also have your pencil, your black marker. I have my clean water, the water I'm gonna be washing my brushes in. I have my brushes, even though I really like to use one brush throughout, I might switch them out, who knows. So first things first, and for my colors, I have all my colors, but I also have my handy dandy white gouache that I like more than white watercolor that you would also get in your kit because it's a little more opaque than watercolor, which is very transparent. So, I thought I was gonna like having music in the background. I'm going to turn off though, I'm not a fan. Okay. Anyways, if you guys want to listen to music in the background while you do this, go ahead. I usually like to listen to music while I paint, but probably best you can listen to your own, not to hear this background music here. Okay. So, first things first, I'm going to take my eraser. You can take the back of your pencil eraser. I'm just going to use this eraser, and I'm going to erase my outline so they're just light enough that I can still see them. So I'm not going to be very heavy-handed with this. I'm just going to do a light erase. And now I have a very light sketching of what I'm going to be painting. And I do this so that, of course, the watercolor won't really smudge with the pencil. Okay. So, first thing I want to do with this drawing is, to kind of explain the idea behind this to all of you guys. I'm going to be adding a background water back in here, maybe a little islandy up here, some water, and then I'm going to leave this part mostly white. I don't really want to touch it because I'm not adding any borders. I don't know if you can see that. I'm leaving this part mostly white, but I'm not adding any borders or blocking off anything with tape. So I want to leave a little bit of white on the page. I want to cover the whole page, so that's kind of the plan here. But covering the whole page isn't a bad thing, so if that's what you want to do, by all means do it. It's just my preference. So first things first, I'm going to put some water into this into the background here and the foreground. I'm just going to take a little bit of my water. I took it from my brush washing water because it's clean right now, but usually I would want to take my clean water. I'm actually going to use a bigger brush for this because it's a bigger background. So I'm going to get some water. I'm going to take a little bit of my blue, and most of you are going to get a darker Prussian blue or something similar to kind of give you a larger array of colors you're able to make, because with light blue it's hard to make certain colors. With dark blue you can use it to make a lot of colors. So I'm just going to go in here to my horizon line And I kind of want it to like bleed off here. I don't want to like finish it too much. Add a little more water. And pull the paint color down. So I'm trying to avoid the areas where I've already painted, or not painted, but sketched out my flamingos. So don't want to get my blue there, just kind of careful to not fill that in. I don't know if you guys noticed, I'm not in my studio making this video this time. I'm at home. Been trying to work from home a little bit. Haven't been feeling too great, not with like, you know, coronavirus or anything, but just in general. So took a little time off from going to my studio and redid my home office. So, you know, thought I'd do some recording here too. Keep adding a little more blue to this. I feel like there's a little like yellow left over in this paintbrush, and that's why the color is changing more dramatically over there. But with that being said, if you want to like try to copy this color a little more, you can add a little green, add a little yellow. It might help you get more of this like I don't know, oceany green color, green blue color. So I'm adding, like, doing horizontal strokes to kind of like mimic like the surface of water. So, you know, instead of actually holding it here like I am, I can tape off an edge a little bit so it doesn't move, and that might be nicer. But sometimes it's like nice just to have like your hand on the table. Okay, that might help me a little though. Let's see. Okay. So I added some more blue to my brush, and now it's a little darker, a little more opaque. So I'm gonna wanna like blend that a little if I can. Sorry, our dogs are barking right now because there's some kids in the front yard. Okay, anyways, sorry about that. Hey guys. Okay. Sweet. Hey guys. Hold on. Sorry guys. I don't mean to interrupt our tutorial like this. I'm gonna put these boys outside. Okay. These kids actually like come by and stand in our front yard like every afternoon. And our dogs go crazy, but you know, whatever, they're just kids, so. Okay. So even though I put the tape here, I still find myself like matching the corner just to like make sure it stays in place. So I'm going back and adding a little more darker tones into the water here, just to give some dimension to this. I'm actually gonna want to move the paint, or not the paint, the tape to this corner while I do here, because I'm gonna want to get to the bottom of the page. Now it is moving. So yeah, there's definitely some like yellow on my brush up here because I'm not getting that color anymore. Some leftover yellow or green. It's been a while since I used these brushes, so I'm not sure. Okay, a little more blue. Just trying to keep these horizontal strokes in here to kind of you know, mimic the appearance of water as best I can. Water is something that like I feel like a lot of people think is hard to do, but it's really more just like, you know, it's the technique and like the way you look at it. It's not that complicated. You don't have to think too much about it if once you kind of get like the just flow of it down. I used to be like scared thinking like I had to, you know, do it exactly like a photo or something, but you don't. You can still make it look like water. Okay, I'm gonna go over here now, this side. I'm doing it a little lighter than that side because I planned on like making this corner area appear later, but we'll see if that like actually happens. And so far, I think it looks pretty good. Actually, I'm gonna keep this area a little lighter too. This bottom corner over here. Maybe just to kind of like match the top. We'll see how that ends up. Yeah, I might go back and add a little more to it, but for now, I kind of like the way that looks. So we're gonna stick with that. Okay. So now I want to do a little bit of like a background little island right here, so that the top half, like the sky half, kind of has some transition fade. It's not just like all left white. So I'm just gonna take a little bit of my green. I'm just gonna go up at the top here, a little bit out, and then just kind of go up, but don't make any like, you don't have to make any very specific marks or anything, just kind of like give the appearance of like a little bushy island over here. So there, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna wash this brush off. And now, time to get to our flamingos. Let me see, move this so you can get a better view. Okay, so for our flamingos. Now everyone definitely has red in their kit, but some of you might have some pink, a version of pink, maybe from bubblegum pink to like a red pink or more like mauve peachy pink. But for everyone else, if you don't have pink, we're just gonna make our own pink real quick. We're gonna take some red. This, we're gonna take our red. And I'm gonna take some of my white gouache, mix that in with that. And maybe a tiny bit of yellow. Give it like a little peachier look. Let's see if you can see that. So this is the color I'm mixing right here. And with watercolors, like a little bit goes a very long way. You don't need to use a lot. I over poured way too much in here, but good thing about watercolor too is it's gonna dry and we'll be able to reuse it. Anyways, so I got my little color here. I'm gonna go in and outline or fill in my flamingos a little bit. Take my clean water, kind of move this paint around. Careful to stay in your lines. If you do get out of the lines though, no big deal. It's easy to cover up your mistakes or simply get rid of them by adding a little more water and washing them out. So I'm gonna make a little more pink. Now I'm actually gonna use some of my other pinks, but you guys can mix your pinks, it'll look just as good. I'm just gonna take some shortcuts here. Water. So I'm gonna do some like strokes like this off the end so that kind of get like the effect of like feathers. And this flamingo is very pink here, but flamingos that I've seen have been like a little like peachier, sometimes more like reddish pink. So I'm gonna add a little more like color to these in a second. So I'm just gonna fill in this other flamingo here though with a little pink. Do some fluff around the tail area and fill in the head over here. And I'm going to take the pink that I already have and I'm going to take a little more white to it. I kind of diluted this with some green, so it's not going to be the prettiest, but we'll see, we'll see. So I'm going to add a little white to it, add a little more yellow to it, more white, and a little more pink. So I kind of get this like light peachy color, and then I'm going to use that to fill in the legs. Okay, and then I'm also going to take that same color and go around over the eyes. Actually, I'm going to add a little more white to it and go around the eyes. And I can put on the beak a little too. Okay, so now that we did that, I'm gonna wash off my brush again. I'm gonna go with some red, a very tiny bit of white to it, so it's still mostly red, but a little pinky, add a little bit of yellow, so it kind of gets a little orangey, like that. And I'm going to go in where there's going to be some shadows, so I'm going to go right over here, under the face here, on this back here, and I think this little area here will be shadowy. And of course down here, where the wing would be. Okay, I think that looks good. Kind of outlining a little more. And do the same thing over here a little bit. This would be probably a good time to get a smaller brush for some people. Okay. So now that I've done that, I kind of want a little bit of an orangier, so I'm going to take a little bit more yellow, add it into the red with a little bit of white, so it's like little, let's take a little more than I thought. Okay, a little orangier, Just putting it around where I kind of have some of my shadows. Okay, I'm gonna wash off my brush. And then I'm gonna take my cleanish brush. I'm gonna go with some water on it. And I'm going to blend in this color. I don't want to put it everywhere, so I'm going to take some of the water off my brush, but you know, I want it to blend nicely. Oops. Okay, so for a mistake like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wash my brush off. So now there's no water on it, or I mean, no paint on it. I'm going to take water, clean water. I'm going to saturate that as much as I can. Take my paper towel and kind of wash that out as best I can. And since it's kind of staying a little more than I hoped it would, I'm going to take a little bit more blue and cover that area a little bit, add some more water, blend it. And there we go, that looks good. Okay. So, see, I covered up my mistake over there. Okay. Now, I want to do a little bit, oops, I'm gonna keep blending in my flamingos over here from their darker color that I put down. Okay. So now I want to take this orangey-ish color that I made a minute ago, add a little water to it, and I'm going to outline or shadow some of the leg. Do that on both of them. Okay. Get these legs now. Okay. So I'm gonna wash my brush off again. And blend those just a little bit. I don't want to blend it too much, really. Just a little bit. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my red, and I'm not going to mix it. I'm just going to take, actually, I'm going to add a little bit of yellow to it, but other than that, I'm not going to mix it with any white or anything. Take my red, and I'm just going to go in those places where I put the shadow, in the parts where it would be the darkest, and I'm just going to add a little bit of outline. Use a little water to loosen up the paint a little bit. There's some pulled up water right there, so that's why it's not getting too opaque right there. Okay. Okay, so there, added my nice shadows. And I'm actually gonna go wash off my brush a little bit and add a little bit of blue to this red that I made with a little bit of yellow. So now I kind of have like a purplish color. Take my purplish color, and I'm going to very lightly outline or add shadow and outline the legs here. So I'm not like making a whole line or connecting line through the whole way. I'm just kind of adding little artistic marks, like brush strokes, where I believe they should be. So got that, and then I'm gonna take this darker color again, and I'm gonna put it just in a couple spaces, like where the shadows would be, but don't want to overdo it, so not too much. Okay. Wipe a little bit off, it's kind of thick or watery. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, actually I don't know why I just washed my brush. I'm going to take the same black, red, blue, yellow, green, or red, blue, green mix that I made. Even though I didn't put green in it last time, I'm going to put a little green in it now. Just make a red, blue, green mix. So now it's pretty black. I'm going to go into the beaks here. And I'm going to carefully fill in the end of the beak, and then take my flat brush here and do the mouth like that. And then I'm going to add a tiny little nostril. That's where they go. Okay. And do the same to the other one back here. Now I'm going to fill in the eye with that black also. And then I'm going to go back around and, circle it with a little bit of white in a minute. I'm actually going to go into my darkest spots here too and add a little tiny bit more shadow with the black that we made, because you won't get black in your kits. And I think it's better that way. I think making your own black is much nicer than using tube black. It just just looks better in your paintings too. Okay, so now that we got it the black, I'm going to wash my brush, and I'm going to take my green, and I'm going to add a little bit of my blue to my green. A little more, a darker green, and I'm gonna add some darker hues into my island here. Okay, I think that looks good. So now, sorry, voice is all froggy right now. Okay, so now that I did that, I'm actually gonna go take a little bit of my red and a little bit of the black that I made and put a little more shadow here. But now that I did that, I'm going to take my blue, and I'm going to make it a little darker around their feet, but just like a little bit in some spots, just to give off like the ripply effect, if that makes sense. Okay, so like that. And I'm going to take a little more of that straight blue color, and I'm going to put it over here on the horizon. Kind of just do some nice marks like that out here. Just so everything kind of blends together. to blend some of it. There, I think that looks pretty good. Okay, so now I'm gonna wash my brush. I'm gonna take a tiny bit of blue. I'm gonna take a lot of water, and I'm going to, I won't even take most of that blue off the brush, get more water, and I want to add a little bit of sky into here, but very lightly. So this is a lot of water on the page right now, and like very little, what's the word? Very little paint, pigment. So I'm doing this, and then I'm going to take my paper towel and dab that up. Just to make it as light as possible, just to add a little bit of sky to my background. I'm gonna take a little more water actually now and kind of blend the edge even more so it's even more of like a smooth transition to the white. Kind of like an ombre, but not really. Okay, so there, looks like that. Now I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna take a smaller brush actually, it's a smaller brush, and I'm gonna take my white, a little bit of water because it's got a little thick. Take my white, and I'm gonna go in, and I'm going to go around the eye here. And I'm gonna go on top of the beak a little bit. And under the beak. And go on the top of the flamingo. Add a little bit of highlight like that. And I'm just gonna add some highlight into the wing area. I want to blend that out just a little bit 'cause it's a little too much highlight for there, but okay. I'm gonna take a little more white and put it on the opposite side of the leg from my shadow a little bit. Now I'm gonna go in the water and put it next to some of my shadows so that they kind of make each other pop, contrast against each other. I think I want to add a little bit of a highlight here, back here though. Even though I just took it away, but just kind of finish the highlight over the top of his back. And a little on the top of his head. Okay. And put a little on the island a little bit. looks good. Now I'm gonna wash my brush off. I'm gonna make a light pink with my red. Add my water to it. Oops. I'm just gonna go and put a couple more feathers in where I can. I'm letting it dry a second because what I'm gonna do after this is I'm gonna go and take my black marker and I'm going to outline some things, which I think will give this like the finishing touches that it needs. Right, here's your flamingos so far. They look pretty nice, kind of impressionistic. I'm gonna wash my brush. Test, okay, it's dry there, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go over the eye and fill in the black eye. And then I'm gonna do a nice, you have to make sure it's actually dry before you do this too. I'm gonna go, might have just, the marker still works, but I think I made a mistake going over it before it was all the way dry. So, there we go. I'm gonna outline this a little bit. And kind of do some like dotty outline here. Okay. Kind of outline this. Fill this in. Like that. You can see the face a little. Do a little bit of the same to the other one, except it is further away, so it doesn't need as much like detail, but see now the face on that one looks pretty good. I'm gonna add a little bit shadow under here, just like I'm gonna do to this one too, just add a little bit. Okay, looks good. And now, last but not least, I'm going to take my brush, I'm going to take a tiny bit of white on the tip right here, and I'm going to add a little highlight in the eye. Maybe you want to give it a little double highlight. I don't know. There, tiny little extra dot. Like that. And voila, I think we're done here with our flamingo drawing. Let me know what you guys think of this tutorial. Sorry about all the distractions. This is my first one at home, so we'll see if I can keep doing it here. But yeah, here you guys go. Let me put this up for you. And there is our flamingo watercolor. So hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you have any comments, questions, need help figuring anything out, I'm here for you. Just message me, email me, comment on this video, whatever works for you. I really appreciate you guys. Thanks again. I'll see you next time.